So look, man, first things first, though, since it is the playoffs, since it is another week, I'm going to do my pedestals of power. Even though I don't have my pedestal graphics, we're going to get on that, man. We're going to get everything squared. We're going to get everything up to date, and we're going to get shit right. But that's what I'm calling it, the pedestals of power, not just the power ranking. But that's basically what it is. It's a power ranking. Talking about my top 10 teams. I was going to do 14, but I ain't feel like trying to squeeze the graphic to make it tighter and shit. So I'm going to do my top 10. First team in the pedestals of power God Challenge West Packin Sports Show power ranking, a.k.a. the pedestals of power, is, drumroll please, the Washington football team. I think they have a chance to upset Tampa Bay this week, okay? You might think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, watch out for this pass rush. Tom Brady is a statue in the pocket. And last week, I know they were struggling to contain Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts is a 24-year-old, 23-year-old rookie sensation, really. If he had the chance to start from the beginning of the season, I think that Jalen Hurts could really have been a sensation. Even though offensively, they're kind of like, they're limited. I like what they bring to the table offensively. And I trust Alex Smith in the playoffs. My number at 19, Seattle. Look, man, Seattle has Russell Wilson, and Russell is definitely a GOAT. He definitely should be a Hall of Famer. And early in the year, Russell Wilson was a MVP guy that people were talking about could be the MVP. He started off like one of the hottest starts in recent memories, throwing a shit ton of touchdowns. But he cooled off, and his team cooled off. But the thing about Seattle is I think they play better when it's more on the line. Russell Wilson can put the ball in the end zone, and he's got two beasts on the outside with Lockett and Metcalf. They got a decent running game. And this defense, I feel like, is going to step up in the playoffs. See, my number 18, Pittsburgh, man. Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, a lot of people are down on Pittsburgh. I know they lost to Cleveland, and they allowed the Browns into the playoffs, but they were sitting like 5-8 starters. They were sitting a crazy amount of starters. This is such an underrated team as far as like coaching. I feel like for some reason, Tomlin, who's never had a losing season in his life as a head coach for the Steelers, he doesn't get a lot of credit as one of the better coaches in the league. I think he's definitely a top 5 coach, and his teams are usually pretty disciplined. They're usually pretty tough mentally, and they usually play pretty well. If they can just stop dropping the ball, this team could actually be a lot higher on the list. My number 17, Tennessee, man. Look, I know the Titans, they took an L against my Packers a couple weeks ago. I like Tannehill. I like their weapons on the outside. Their defense is the biggest problem that they have. Can they make plays? They've got a lot of names on that defense that you would think they could be a better defense, but they don't have a defensive coordinator, which is hurting them right now. But I still like Tennessee as my 7th ranked team because Derrick Henry in that offense is pretty special. My 6th ranked team, the Baltimore Ravens. And look, man, Baltimore, they got a lot to prove because I believe they are playing Tennessee this week. Am I correct? The playoff. Let's see the playoff. Let's get the playoff picture. Playoff picture. 2020. A playoff picture. Can I get the playoff picture scenarios? Yeah, man. Tennessee Ravens. I feel like Baltimore probably could come out on top this weekend over Tennessee. That's why I have them over Tennessee. So that's my 6th ranked team. My 5th ranked team on the What's Packin Sports Show, pedestals of power. We're going over my top 10 teams in NFL, all the teams that are left pretty much in the playoffs. And that would be Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers have been playing lights out, man, the last couple of weeks. Tom Brady passed for over 40 touchdowns on the year. He had a really spectacular season. They started off slow, losing to the Saints. Then they looked a little bit hot, and then they fell off again when they added Antonio Brown, and then they got hot again down the stretch, and they've been scoring a lot of points. This defense can be had. I'll admit this defense can't be had, but they do have some players on defense that are really good. So I think Tampa Bay right now, they cracked my top 5. My number 4 team is the New Orleans Saints. And look, man, I know a lot of people might be doubting the Saints right now because they had some rough games on the schedule. But look, they put up like 30-plus points yesterday on the Carolina Panthers, who the Packers struggled against just 2 weeks ago. Or a few weeks ago. And look, man, this New Orleans team, they put up 30-plus on them without Michael Thomas and without Alvin Kamara. So, top to bottom, this is, to me, still the most talented roster in the NFL. They got Tom Montgomery, who ran the ball for 100 yards yesterday. They got Emmanuel Sanders. They have a really, really, really talented defense, and they have a great head coach and a Hall of Fame quarterback. Even though he's on the backside of his career, they're still, to me, my fourth best team. The number 3 team, the Kansas City, and I spelled that wrong. Kansas City. As in they play like ass sometimes, but they're still really good. Kansas City. Look, man, they got Patrick Mahomes. They got the best tight end in football. Well, at least on paper. I still am a George Kittle guy. They have Tyreek Hill, the cheetah. They have a really good defense, man. Lots of playmakers. Tyrann Mathieu, one of the best safeties in the league. Chris Jones, one of the best interior guys in the league. And this offense can really score at will at any given time. But because of that, I feel like they take their sweet-ass time, and they know they can turn it on whenever they want. I feel like they wait to flip the switch sometimes. And they've had a lot of games, Kansas City, this year, close games, where maybe the team wasn't as good or the team was a little outmatched, like the Miami game. If Miami had a little bit better offense, I think they beat Kansas City that week. Kansas City Chiefs, they got played tight twice by the Chargers, and the Chargers just fired their head coach, and they had a rookie starting. So, and they were missing Derwin James and some other starters. So it's like the Chiefs, man, I think they can be had. And actually, I don't pick the Chiefs to make it back to the Super Bowl, but maybe they were waiting for the playoffs to play their best football. It only leaves 2 more left, and number 2 is Buffalo, man. The Bills, they got Josh Allen playing like a stud in his 3rd year in the league. They got Stephon Diggs, who led the league in receiving yards. They have a pretty good defense. You know, I don't really know all the names in that defense, but I like this coaching staff. I think they've done a wonderful job just building this team. This team was not relevant at all 3 years ago, and now they are the number 2 seed in the whole AFC, which makes them like maybe the top 4 teams in the NFL. I think the top 2 teams. So I would take them. And I think Buffalo and Kansas City is going to be your AFC matchup, and I'm taking Buffalo in that game if Kansas City doesn't lose before then. As you can see, who I've put so far, it's obvious who my number 1 team is, and that's the Green Bay Packers of Wisconsin, baby. Number 1. That's right, Yanks. They are the number 1 team. They got the best quarterback in football. They have the best offensive weapon in football, ? With Devontae Adams. I would say Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, and Derrick Henry are the best weapons in football. This defense, as of late, has been playing really, really good. They're getting turnovers. They're generating pressure. They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in the last 4 weeks, man. Like, Green Bay, they have a lot to overcome from the beginning of the season, but as of right now, they're a top 10 team defensively and offensively, as we know. And I feel like I don't know how many other teams on this list can say that they're top 10 in offense and defense, but the Packers can, and I think that makes them my number 1 team in NFL. Smitty Lee chimes in with his top 10: Chiefs, Packers, Buffalo, Saints, Buccaneers, Ravens, Seahawks, Titans, Steelers, Rams. That's not a bad list. Honestly, I can kind of fuck with that list. Except for the Packers. I mean, I feel like the Packers are number 1. Chiefs number 2. I can fuck with that, even though I got the Bill. I mean, we kind of got the same top 3, so not that far off. Top 4 pretty much. Just kind of swap it around a little bit. Tampa Bay. You got Baltimore. Yeah, we kind of got the same list a little bit. I know no Rams for me though. No Rams for me though. Which maybe I'm just hating. I don't got the Rams or the Colts. I could just be a hater. I haven't really seen the Rams play that much. I mean, they do have good defense and shit. Offense is pretty good when golf is clicking. But I haven't seen them play, so I can't really speak much to them. And I think this year, the Rams defense is better than Washington's. Not on paper, it's not. That's all I can say. It's not on paper. Oh, shit. Are the Rams number 1 defense? Oh, well, yards-wise they are. And rushing yards per game. Okay, maybe they are. I'm on covers.com. 25 years. Team defense. Rams, number 1. Shit. Number 1 in yards. Number 3 in rushing per game. Number 3 in rush P. I don't know what the fuck that means. Pass. QBR. Number 2 in sacks. Number 3. Oh, shit. Wow. And points. God damn. Wow. All right, yeah, so the Rams are scary as shit, apparently. So, you know what? Ooh, now I got some work to do. Fuck it. Buffalo 2, Kansas City 3, New Orleans 4, Tampa 5, Baltimore 6, Tennessee. You know what, Tennessee? Who can I knock down? After seeing this information on the Rams defense, I'm sorry, I slept on them. I haven't watched them all this year. I guess Jared Goff is a bigger liability than I thought. How did you lose 6 games with this fucking defense being this goddamn amazing? So I got some work to do. I gotta put some respect on the Rams name. So that means I have to rework this. I gotta rework this top 10. Rams. And then I'm gonna change the Rams here. I'm gonna put Pittsburgh here. Pittsburgh at 9. Rams at 8. Washington still at 10 for me. And yeah, fuck it. I had to kick out. Fuck Seattle, man. Fuck Seattle. They should have lost to Washington in the first place. If Washington had Alex Smith playing, I think they beat Seattle. And I'm sorry. Seattle's can be 11. This is my new top 10. Damn, I had no idea the Rams defense was that damn good. So Seattle, sorry. See you later, man. Woo. I didn't know they were that good, man, defensively. And I got to put more if you're that good defensively, I got to put some respect on your name.
Puda, you the GOAT, boy.